Brought to you by Health America. We have the game plan for your good health. And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to Rochester, where tonight they fight for the biggest trophy in all of sports, in all the world, high school football, any other sports. They're fighting over the name of the Rochester-Monaca Bridge, and right now it is the Rochester-Monaca Bridge. I'm Chris Shovelin. Keith James, the good doctor on the sidelines, will be joining us. And, of course, my partner in the booth this year is former Steeler linebacker Craig Bingham. Craig, big trophy. You rode across it tonight, didn't you?
Big trophy. You can't take that home with you, but you can, definitely have a good time with it, bragging rights for the whole year.
Of course, they do have a smaller version that you can take home, and this guy right here wants to take it back to the other side of the bridge. He is Mark Lyons, the head coach of the Monaca Indians. Mark, I can remember back in games in past years, I remember when you played and I was calling your games on the radio here in the Valley. I know that this game is very, very important, but this year maybe even more so.
Well, no doubt. I mean, it's a typical Rochester-Monaca football game. I mean, what else do you want? People were here around 4:30, 5 o'clock, and just throw in the bridge, and then to boot, really, you got two playoff teams heading into the playoffs, and then we're looking to see who's going to claim the conference title on top of it.
Coach, rivalry aside, how do you really plan to shut down Jackson, Griffin, Anderson, and the likes? But more importantly, Rochester.
Well, they're powerful. I said earlier, they're probably the most well-balanced football team we've faced in the last 10 to 15 years, or that I have seen anywhere. We're going to have to be real patient. We're going to have that mentality, a little bit of a bend, but don't break. And then we're going to have to come out with a couple key defensive plays via the turnover, via a good tackle for a loss. But we're going to have to tackle well tonight.
Now, both teams are, they're mirror image of each other. Taking a look at that, you say, okay, the offense and defensively, you're both at the top of the Beaver area statistically. Is there something that we can kind of rest our hats on and say, all right, when we look at you guys, you have an edge?
Well, there's no edge in this football game. I mean, we can both be 0-10. We can both be 10-0 and play this football game. It's coming down to individual battles. We're right across from the river. We're almost a stone throw away from one another. And you know what? It's going to be a great football game, and it's going to come down who's going to execute well tonight.
Tell you what, if you can find a quarterback who can throw a stone that far, you're going to sign him up, I've got a feeling. All right, we're on the Rochester side of the bridge tonight. Does that make any difference to you?
Well, yeah, it always does, and it makes a big difference to our communities. The big thing, we spent a long 365 days crossing that Rochester-Monaca Bridge. And you know what? Our community, they're proud, and they want that thing back. And they can't wait till tomorrow morning to maybe post that sign saying Monaca and Rochester. But our kids know that besides the bridge, we know we got a big football game next week. We finally got into that postseason after a long drought, and we're real excited about how our football team's playing.
Mark, good to see you. Good luck tonight against Rochester.
Hey, Chris.
Mark Lyons, the head coach of the Monaca Indians. And right now we're going to call Dan Matsuk over. He, of course, the head coach of the Rochester Rams. They get to play here in a home game tonight against their longtime rivals. Coach, step on in here. I was just saying, I remember when Mark Lyons played and calling his games on the radio. I remember I was in high school when this guy played here at Rochester, and he, of course, carries a long-standing tradition of great Ram football into this game. But, Dan, last week you went up to Farrell. That was an important win for your club. You stay undefeated. That's a tough place to pull a win out of.
It sure is. We told our kids we had an opportunity to send a message if we go out there and beat them in their own backyard, and that's exactly what our kids did. So we hope we can continue it this week.
Coach, you have a great offense as a threat with Reuben Jackson. Now, defensively, how do you really plan to try and shut down Monaca tonight?
Well, that's one of the major keys in the game tonight. It's real important that our defensive line plays as well on defense as they play on offense. It's going to come down to trench play, and we hope that we're going to be able to keep up with them, because most schools that they've played this year, they've kind of dominated. We both dominated on both sides of the ball, everybody we've played so far. So I guess tonight we'll find out what line is better.
Okay, now, one thing I'm not sure if a lot of the fans may know, Mark's your cousin, all right? Put all that aside. You have some great things going here. They may be a little suspect with the air game. How do you plan on attacking them?
Well, our game plan is business as usual. We figure we have a lot of weapons. We can run the ball. We can throw the ball. and basically coming into the game, we're going to try to take what they give us. And if everyone knows that they have a tough time against the pass, you may see more passing tonight. You may not see more passing tonight. I really can't tell you. We've got to wait and see what happens.
Okay. Dan, of course, I was kidding earlier when I said you played here, but you did play here. You know the tradition of this game. Let's talk about the great matchups down through the years, Monaca and Rochester.
Well, you go back 10 years ago, it was probably the biggest matchup we had here. Both teams were 9-0 at the time. We played here in this stadium. We probably had one of the largest crowds in Rochester football history that night. Unfortunately, we came up on the short end of the stick that particular night. This is 10 years later. Hopefully, we can change that around.
You want to keep that name on that bridge, I bet.
Oh, definitely, definitely. We want them to go home across the Rochester-Monaca Bridge for sure.
Dan Matsuk, the head coach of the Rochester Rams. Good luck to you. Thanks for joining us today. Good to see you again. All right now, let's take a look at the keys to tonight's game. Both Monaca and Rochester must do their best to establish their respective running games and early, and they must maintain them through the night. And defenses know what's coming on the ground, but what about up top? If anyone has an edge, it might be Rochester with their passing game. Tonight, watch Zach Harvey and Chris Griffin. They know that Monaca might be susceptible to the pass. Last week, the Indians allowed Western Beavers' Gary Birmingham 263 yards and 2 touchdowns in the air. So if Monaca wants to win, they'll have to stay alert and watch Griffin deep. Now, it may be cliche, but good defense wins football games. Let's face it. In a game in which the teams are so evenly matched, the one that plays the best defense will leave here with the W. Any breaks on offense, defense, or on special teams will determine the winner. Both Monaca and Rochester are solid in all three areas. Of course, when you talk about Monaca and Rochester playing against each other, there's more at stake than the usual. They've both already claimed playoff berths, but these two teams could come in here winless. It wouldn't matter. This one would take on the feel of a title game. Tonight, they have but one loss between them. Playoff position is on the line, and more than that, the bridge is up for grabs. So it's who's number one, bragging rights, naming rights, and a cross-river rivalry that dates all the way back to the early days of the WPIAL, the 1920s. That's how this ball game sets up. Monaca and Rochester here tonight in Ram Country. And right now, let's set up the rest of the WPIAL and the City League with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette's Mike White.
Well, Chris, it's no secret that Rochester-Monaca is one of the most heated rivalries in the WPIAL, but it's also one of the oldest, going back almost 80 years. Now, only 7 other rivalries in the WPIAL go back farther. What is the longest standing rivalry? Well, it's Beaver-New Brighton. They've been playing for 95 years, going back all the way to 1903. Now, as for this game tonight, judging from what these teams have done this year, look for a lot of offense. Monaca has been held below 30 points only once this year. They're averaging 37 points a game. Rochester's been held below 30 twice, but they're one of the leading scoring teams in the WPIAL, averaging 40 points a game. Both teams have strong running attacks. Rochester is led by Reuben Action Jackson. He needs only 58 yards to reach 1,000 for the season. For Monaca, they have Todd DeBacco, one of the WPIAL's leading rushers with over 1,200 yards. But how about his yards per carry average? 10.9. There are 14 runners in the WPIAL heading into this week with 1,000 yards rushing, but no one has a yards per carry average like Todd DeBacco. Now, both of these teams have already clinched playoff berths, and heading into this weekend, 45 teams in the entire WPIAL have clinched playoff positions. But that still leaves 19 spots open. This year, the WPIAL is taking 4 teams from each conference to the playoffs, and they will announce playoff pairings Monday night. And one final note, you may have seen Blackhawk running back Trent Wisner on the Health America Game of the Week earlier this season. He is very close to making WPIAL history. He needs only 45 yards to reach 4,000 for his career. He would be only the 21st runner in WPIAL history to get 4,000. Now, you can read about this game and all the games in the WPIAL and City League in the Saturday Post-Gazette. And we'll be back right after this with Keith James.
This is the Health America High School Football Game of the Week. Health America. We have the game plan for your good health.
They don't play for multi-year contracts. They don't play for shoe deals. They play for the game. And every week, the best play their way onto the pages of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, where high school football unfolds.
Tradition. It lives in your heart. It becomes a part of your soul. And on Friday nights, it is part of our lives. Health America is proud to be a part of this grand tradition. And we applaud everyone who strives to keep it alive. It takes a team effort to be a winner. And we encourage every team to give it the best that you have. Health America. We have the game plan for your good health.
Congressman Ron Klink. His cause is the fight for working families. He's been a leader in standing up for Western Pennsylvania workers and protecting American jobs from unfair foreign trade. He led the fight in Congress for a real Patients' Bill of Rights to stand up to insurance companies and protect people from the abuses of HMOs. And he stood by senior citizens and fought against cuts in Medicare and Social Security. Ron Klink, a hardworking congressman for hardworking people.
All right, football fans, this is what it's all about. This is the night. This is the big game. Lots on the line. Conference titles and, of course, the title for the Bridge. Rochester and Monaca here on our Health America High School Football Game of the Week on WBGN TV. I'm Keith James, Dr. Sidelines, on the sidelines, and joining me, the representatives of the two communities. First of all, the community that is challenging this year for the biggest trophy in sports. Here's Frank Primo, the mayor of Monaca. Frank, what do you have to do to get it back?
Well, I think we're going to do it. We're going to, I've had a good feeling all week, and I had a dream that Rochester Mayor Tom Gossard was knocking on my doorstep with a trophy in one arm and 5 turkeys in the other.
There we go. We'll find out if that happens. How about over here, City Councilman Tom Burkowski and Ed Paroli, the city manager. Tom, where is the good mayor tonight?
It's a bingo night in Rochester, and he's down there taking care of the bingo.
All right, big game, Ed. This one goes back a long time. What do you guys have to do to keep it?
Well, all we have to do is win, and we have that on the schedule, so we are going to do that.
Ah, the big W. And, of course, the representative trophy here on the sidelines will be presented immediately following the game here on WBGN. Kickoff in a second. Chris, Craig, it's up to you.
All right, Doctor, thank you so much as we get set for the kickoff of tonight's ball game. And look at the stands here at Rochester tonight, Mr. Bingham.
They are loaded up and ready to go. It's a great night for football. I mean, temperature-wise, just right. Everything is crackling.
That it is, and we are getting ready to start banging out there on this football field here tonight at Rochester. The Indians kick, and it's a roller. And it'll be taken back by the Rams out to the 37-yard line. And that's where Rochester will set up offensively after the return by Randy Anderson as the cheerleaders look on here tonight. Big ball game between these two towns. There are the Rams wearing all blue with white numerals, playing here at home on this side of the bridge, the northern end of the Rochester-Monaca Bridge, if you will. Going to set up strong to the right side. And a big hole in the middle for the Rochester Rams. Darrell Damon with that first down run and a gain of 12 yards on the play, and Rochester looks like it means business here in the early going.
It's a straight dive right over the guard, tackle gap, and Darrell just took it straight up, found a seam. There was good blocking on the front line to create that hole for Darrell to pick up the first down.
6'2", 220 pounds. And now, the sweep to the left side. This is going to be Anderson. And Anderson might get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all, as Monaca quickly got up there on the defensive side. And it was Justin Bickerstaff. As we take a look at the numbers in this ball game, Craig, the only difference you'll see in the offensive numbers between these two clubs is the fact that Rochester's averaging about 20 more yards per game passing-wise.
Well, you get in a tight situation, Chris, and that 20 yards can mean a big difference. So let's see how they're able to get it going tonight.
This is action Jackson, Reuben Jackson, if you will. And look at him on second effort digging for about a 4-yard pickup inside of Monaca territory for the first time tonight to the 47-yard line.
Look for that number a lot tonight, guys. Reuben Jackson is the mainstay on the ground for the Rochester Rams.
you'll see Monaca key on him a lot, but they have to be careful because Rochester is not afraid to go up top.
He is truly the bread and butter of the attack. Jackson enters the game just 59 yards shy of 1,000. Last week at Farrell, Mookie Anderson rushed for 118 yards and a touchdown, and Zach Harvey has thrown for 8 TDs this year. His biggest target, Chris Griffin, at 6'4". Now Jackson again to the right side, popped hard as he turns the right corner and is shy of the first down by about 1.5 yards as the Monaca Indians defense came up and clobbered him.
Greg, looked like that could have been a face mask on that from this angle up here. His head got twisted around unless the officials missed it, or I'm just seeing something that's not really there.
Greg, from the defensive perspective, when you have a little running back, I shouldn't say little, I should say a smaller running back, like Reuben Jackson at 5'8", is he tougher to see coming out of the backfield behind the lineman?
It's definitely tougher to see because you're engaged in a block and you're trying to shed the blocker and figure out where the ball carrier is, and he just gets, he's hiding behind the big man. As you saw right there.
Trying to do right there on the 4th down play. He's going to be very close, and he will indeed have the first down on that running play. I tell you what, these guys ramming, jamming, and slamming, you better believe it. Rochester is a club with great balance. They run and pass well. They play excellent defense. It's no wonder why they're on top in the Big 7 so far this year. Last week at Farrell, they gave up 20 points. First time they've allowed that many in one game this season. Now the give. Again, this is Damon off the left side, and Damon will find room down to the 35-yard line.
Talking about Jackson, reminds me a lot of a former teammate of mine from college, Joe Morris. This kid, I can see why they're calling him Action Jackson. The feet, they're continuously moving. You're hitting him, but he is still moving. The motor is always going 100 miles an hour.
Gain of 6. It'll be second down and a little less than 5 yards to go. We'll call it 4.5. Now the pitch and the sweep to the left side. Jackson. And on second effort again, Jackson able to burst ahead for forward yards. Matt Phillips, the linebacker in that 52 scheme, was able to grab him and bring him down 1 yard before the stick.
I have to tell you guys, it's going to be a lot of fun tonight for a lot of different reasons. You know, one of the best reasons? Tonight before Halloween, you should see some of the Goonie birds in the stands.
In the stands. You're on the sideline.
Oh, wait, I'm looking at you guys.
Over to the left side, the run goes this time for Randy Anderson, and Anderson will have a first down, and Rochester moving the ball nicely on the ground here in their first offensive possession.
What's really impressive here so far, Chris, Rochester's coming up to the line, taking their time. As we take a look at their starting linemen here.
Powerful ball club here in the Big 7. They're 8-0, as we've mentioned, undefeated in the conference as well at 7-0. They're the backs.
There's the backs. Action Jackson leading the way.
Now Damon, the fullback, will take it straight ahead, and he'll pick up a couple of tough yards running into Nick Phillips and company for the Monaca Indians. Also Josh Lamberto.
Did you gentlemen mention how cold it is here tonight?
I haven't noticed it.
No.
Well, of course, you're up in that luxury press box, but I want you to know, you look at the breath coming out of the face mask on these players, the temperature has dipped. It should go down close to freezing tonight.
Yeah, well, we experienced a little bit of that in the past couple weeks. Tell you what, Keith, you can keep it. Right now, I enjoy where I am.
Mookie Anderson with that run over to the left side, just shy of the 20-yard line. Tell you what, Rochester has 3 fine backs as we've seen so far, and these are the defensive numbers that these two teams have chalked up so far this year. And again, both of them very, very stingy. You notice Fredericks with 4 interceptions, and Jackson Anderson, I should say, on the defensive side with a couple of sacks so far, as we see Rochester's forward thrusters blasting through like that space shuttle that left Florida just a couple of days ago.
How he was able to get through. See, that's one of the advantages of being we'll just say, we won't say smaller. We'll just quick. We'll use whatever adjectives we can here. But he is able to get through the hole and get positive yards when you think that there's nothing there at all.
I mean, let's face it, Jackson is 5'3" in the program, 170 pounds. He is small in stature, but I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want him running into me. Here he comes around the right side with that speed. and somehow he was able to turn the corner even though Monaca was quick to respond, and now we have penalty flags on the playing surface.
I think that's a holding there.
Rossi was there. Lamberto was there as well.
We have holding against the offense.
There's referee Jim Hoffman, whose crew is on the field tonight. Bob Ralston, the Reverend Bob Hines, Kevin Malone, Ben Lander, and Terry Decoy are the other officials working with Jim Hoffman tonight. First penalty flag of the ball game.
And one of the officials prior to the game says to me, "Hey, you guys with this TV, we have to be done by 10:30. My wife needs me to pick her up and take her over to the in-laws' house." And I said, "Never mind us. These two teams are so evenly matched. This could be one of those overtime games."
Well, you should have told him to tuck that flag away. That'll speed it up a little bit. All right, his first down and about 21 to go. And now they want to pass. And they've got a man flying upfield. There's Anderson with another penalty flag on his tail this time as he gets back to the 15-yard line from quarterback Zach Harvey.
Down.
This one is on Monaca.
Face mask.
.6:01 to play. We're in the first quarter. No score. Rochester with the first possession and rolling up the field right now against the Monaca Indians.
Yeah, right about this time, Chris, with a small pause in the action, I'd make mention of the fact that next week we're going to be at such and such and such and such.
Mm-hmm.
Next week we don't know yet.
Not yet.
Oh, that's the exciting part of this time of year. Woo! Hoo-ah! And of course, we'll have all of the playoff coverage here on WBGN right up to the championship games at Three Rivers.
Yeah, for your best in high school and college coverage.
It's going to be first down and about 3 yards to go from the 7. And the handoff to Jackson, slipping around the right side, still up, and all the way down to the 1-yard line. Still going. Reuben Jackson.
No, that's like the Energizer commercial.
He's going and going and going.
He just keeps going. Right there, looks like he's stopped. Legs are still driving. That's the important factor right there, folks. The legs are continuing to move. There's so much power in the thighs. In fact, your thighs are the most powerful unit in the body. You keep those going, you're not going to be able to bring them down.
First down for Rochester, first and goal. And the give. This is Anderson trying to take it around the left side. He got in. Touchdown, Rams.
Would not be denied.
5:12 to go. We're in the first quarter. It's 6-0 Rochester in the lead.
Well, I can tell what side these fans right directly in front of us are from. There's no excitement here right now. Take a look at this play again. Great lead block. We're in. There's a really good lead block by Reuben Jackson. Anderson takes it in.
Now we're getting set for the extra point kick. And the straight-on kick is blocked.
Oh, my. That could come back to haunt them.
Josh Lamberto comes in and blocks the kick. That is a big, big point right there. It's 6-0, 5:12 to go. First quarter.
Let's see if we can take a look at this play again. You'll see where the penetration came from. Straight blocking. Came right through the tackle, end gap, clear shot, clear path to the ball.
6-0 the score. Rochester in the lead as Anderson takes it in from a yard away, but Brandon Matsuk's extra point kick no good. Blocked by Josh Lamberto.
You know how when you get to this time of year, you don't have to mow the lawn as much? In fact, you get to a point where you don't want to mow it.
I like this time of year for that reason.
Well, okay, but the same is true for the grass at a football stadium. Because if you mow it too late in the season, it actually damages the grass. I think they've let this grass go a little longer. This is the longest thickest grass I've seen throughout the course of the season. Whether that's any kind of a factor, I don't know, but I have to tell you, there's a lot of heavy dew and moisture on the grass. We'll have to watch as the game goes along and progresses if that causes any slippage or if it gets slippy.
Chris Griffin will kick off, and he'll boot it all the way down to the 5, but it's bobbled. Now the Indians trying to bring it back upfield, and they'll do so. Todd DeBacco able to advance it out to the 20-yard line. And they're actually going to get him at about the 18. There is the Bridge Trophy. That's the one you can carry home, although that could be problems in and of itself.
Just trying to get it out of here.
That's a big trophy.
I held that thing. That's tough enough.
Here we go, members of the tribe. We show you Noah McKay, their quarterback, Phillips and DeBacco, the running backs. This is a tough crew, this Monaca Indian team. They've lost just once, and that was to Farrell, and now we've got a pass from behind the backs, but they're going to blow the play dead with penalties.
There's a false start there on the wingman. Legal procedure.
I have a dead ball against the offense. First down and 15.
That 5-yard penalty will be assessed. Noah McKay has thrown for 472 yards, 6 touchdowns, and still the foundation of Monaca's offense in the running game. This team is a tough one, losing only to Farrell in overtime, and they have a +10 advantage, +10 ratio in takeaways in their last 5 ball games. So these guys are playing some hot football right now as we see them run the football again. Indian cheerleaders on the sidelines imploring their troops to move it forward. Phillips. You see their linemen there. That's the starting lineup for Monaca up front. Big tough guys. 4:30 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 Rochester in the lead. Second down and 11. Triple set to the right and a quick out pass, and it is incomplete.
It's a live ball.
It was thrown behind the receiver, so it is a live ball. Rochester says it has it back. Let's see what the officials rule.
They tried to run that same play on the opposite side that they were penalized for, and here it was. Let's take a look at this. They're trying to hit the wingman. He flares out to the sideline. The ball is thrown behind him, and he just kind of let the ball go, not realizing anything until he hears everyone yelling. It's a live football, jump on it.
And never mind what the play was or what it wasn't. That football is live. It's a red-hot potato. Fortunately for Monaca, it went out of bounds. Yeah. Rochester not reacting quickly enough.
Eric Fredericks was the intended receiver. There's the backfield starters for Monaca, and now they fake the pitch sweep, and they give it off to Todd DeBacco, and DeBacco gets it back up to the 17-yard line, and that is all. Picks up about 3 on the positive side, but Monaca, with its back close to the wall, will have to punt that football away. All of a sudden, we start talking about field position in this game very early on. Rochester already has a score. They were able to pin Monaca back deep.
Field position is definitely going to come into play, and taking what Keith had to say before about the dew situation on the field, the moisture and everything else, you're going to start seeing some slipping because the footing, unless some of these kids have long spikes, as we take a look at this cut.
DeBacco had plenty of time to get it downfield, and Rochester will have it back when we return. 6-0 Rams in the lead.
This is WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of award-winning local sports coverage.
Isn't TCI's digital cable service wonderful? Sure is. It's so easy to find out what's playing with their on-screen interactive guide.
Oh, great channels, Outdoor Life, Encore Westerns, Classic Sports.
I love Turner Classic Movies. George, what do you watch on TCI Digital?
George usually watches romance classics with me. Whoops.
Okay, let's play cards.
Back here in Rochester, Chris Shovlin with former Steeler linebacker Craig Bingham and the good doctor in the sidelines, Keith James. It's 6-0. Rams on top. 2:56 to play. We're early in the ball game. First period. Rochester's second possession of the evening. Anderson.
Oh, man.
First down. Power running.
Folks, talk about some running. Wow. Anderson hit that hole. It was an underneath handoff, and he hit that hole, and there was no stopping. Here it is. It's a quick trap by the guard, pulls out, hits the linebacker. Anderson hits the hole, picks up a good 11 on that play.
Todd DeBacco playing safety on that play. Had to bring him down, and now Rochester will run again, and Anderson this time will get stuffed.
He picks up nothing on that play.
No, he actually lost a couple.
Wow. Well, there was penetration there by the defensive line, and possibility of a stunt rolling through there on the right side. So that's exactly where it's a guessing game, you know, as to who's going to do what. It's a chess match, really, what it all amounts to.
Second down, 12 for the Rams. Slot left this time, and Harvey wants to pass. And it is picked off by the Monaca Indians. Matt Phillips comes up with the interception, the linebacker at the 28-yard line, and Monaca shuts Rochester down for the first time tonight.
It's a really good play by Matt Phillips. Quarterback Zach Harvey did not see him in the path. As we see him dropping back here right now, Griffith is doing a curl, and he is focusing on Griffith, and he's now watching the linebacker moving out to the flat area, and what he was doing is dropping out to the numbers, and he was sitting right in the path of the pass.
Monaca makes the first break of the ball game on the defensive side of the football. Here's a pitch sweep, and big defense by Rochester as DeBacco got snuffed out quickly by Randy Anderson. Now to the sidelines, the good doctor.
Tell you the beauty of games like this, there's that excitement and feeling in the air along with the cold temperatures. The fans are all here. The Rochester gang is here. They have their colors on. Look here. Rochester or Monaca colors, right? And then you can't explain this. ICP, man! Okay, whatever. That's right. We'll get the translator in here.
Second down and 12 after a loss of 2.
What? I don't know.
The Indians trying to run it up the middle, and again, the Rams defense just shutting them down at the snap of the football. Damon was in there, 42. And also for Rochester, Mersing.
Chris, what it looks like we're starting to see here a little bit, both teams came out very excited. Now they're starting to settle in a little bit, and as you saw in that last play, and a couple of plays prior to that, there's a lot of smash mouth football going on the line of scrimmage.
Indians will send receivers double to the right side on third down and 10. Fredericks goes in motion to the left, and we've got motion to the right. And now they've got motion all over the place, and Noah McKay wants to throw the football, and he throws, and it's picked by Anderson. Anderson has it and returns it down to the 17-yard line. But there are flags everywhere.
Do you think they'll be declined by Rochester?
Well, what it looked like the players were waiting on, because you had two men in motion at the same time. They had two men in motion at the same time, and they're waiting for the officials to call this a dead play. And instead, nothing happened, so the quarterback takes off, and he's throwing a pass and not reading the linebacker.
I'll tell you what drew the first flag. I'm right down here at the 20, and the flanker on this side started to move to turn to signal timeout to the quarterback. So when he moved, the official on the near sideline drew the yellow. They kept the play going, and now Rochester plunges in. Side of the 15.
It's Reuben Jackson carrying the football inside the 15 now. He'll pick up about 3 on that running play. And we have a break in the action. The end of the first period, 6-0, Rochester on top in the bridge game.
This is the Health America High School Football Game of the Week. on WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of high school football coverage.
Next time, make it Kings.
Legends. Some say they're born. At Health America, we think they're created by hard work, dedication, and an unrelenting drive to achieve your personal best, and then striving to be better. Health America believes in everyone's potential to achieve and surpass their goals, to become a legend. That's why we're proud to sponsor the high school football game of the week. Health America. We have the game plan for your good health.
At Eunice Pontiac Buick and Oldsmobile, we'll put you behind the most innovative and reliable cars on the road. Test drive the completely redesigned Century, Regal, and Park Avenue. Don't miss the newly designed Transport and Y-Track Grand Prix. Check out the sophisticated design of the Cutlass and the all-new Intrigue. Eunice offers expanded evening service hours, full-service state-of-the-art body shop with free estimates, and an award-winning Oldsmobile Master Technician. Buy your next car from Eunice and receive a free lifetime inspection sticker at Eunice. Eunice Pontiac Buick and Oldsmobile, the one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Why buy it? Store it, then fight to find it. Rent it instead. It's the smart way to keep your garage clean. And your blood pressure down. D&G Rentals, your grand rental station in Beaver Falls.
You know, Chris, we were talking before about the potent offense of Action Jackson, Randy Anderson, and Randy Bacon. Well, I'll tell you what, Randy Anderson is also tearing it up on the defense. He's made a couple really good plays as we take a look at that plays. Once again, Reuben Anderson takes it in.
Reuben Jackson driving through down the right side, close to the 10-yard line, just inside the 10. I know he must be getting deep into Monaca territory. The good doctor is making his way to the goal line. We're going to be talking to Keith James in just a bit. Keith had a fan club. We came in here tonight. They were on, doctor.
Everybody wants a doctor's autograph.
Fumble on the snap, and the quarterback, Zach Harvey, able to go down and eat it. And let's get down to the doctor. You're on the goal line, Keith.
I am on the goal line, just footsteps away, as we see Monaca pick up the fumble. Big turnover, and remember, turnovers can make a huge difference in huge games. That'll be this close. Don't also forget the missed point after.
Yeah, Monaca has 2 takeaways now. Rochester with 1. And, boy, this is great timing for Monaca. They needed to shut Rochester down. The one thing that we mentioned during the pregame show, you don't want your opponent to get a 2-touchdown lead on you in a game like this.
Not this early, no.
Not in this type of battle.
11:15 to go. We're in the second period. 6-0. The Rams lead it. Monaca back on offense. Noah McKay is their quarterback, and he will give to Matt Phillips, who tries to spin his way out of a tackle and will gain positive yardage out to the 13. Matt Phillips, 6 feet tall, 230 pounds, fullback and linebacker.
You know, I'm just thinking, turnovers in football, it's the only time when it's better to receive than give. And so far...
Very philosophical tonight, Keith.
Thank you very much.
I think the cold weather is depicting something.
Yeah, it did. Something. What we don't know. And now the run again up the middle, and this looks like Phillips going through a big pileup of blue shirts. A lot of bodies in there. Jermaine Thomas, one of the last folks to get up off the ground.
A lot of bodies indeed. What it looks like Rochester is doing, they're bringing everyone. They appear to have 8 in the box, which means that they have their 4 linemen, and everyone is filling a gap. They bring the linebackers up, they spread them a little bit, and they're taking care of every hole. take a look at the defensive line, they're bringing all their folks up and filling a gap and shutting down the run.
Tobacco in motion, and now McKay follows him, looking for blocks. And he got stuffed at about the 15-yard line, and that's it. They will lose a yard or two. And big hitting on the defensive side of the ball once again for the Rochester Rams. And Randy Anderson, you keep calling his name.
There's that name again, Randy Anderson. You know, there's indecision on McKay right here. Here's a block that's being, you know, Matt Phillip puts a block down, tries to put a block on Anderson. McKay takes his time trying to figure out. He's real indecisive as to where he wants to go, and that allows Anderson to come in and make the tackle.
Darrell Damon comes in and finishes off the play for Rochester. High snap, and the punt coming from the goal line, and now they're going to be able to bang that. It's going to take a beautiful roll for the Indians, who will down it at the 31-yard line. We'll take a break. 6-0, Rochester in the lead of the bridge game here in the Valley.
This is the Health America High School Football Game of the Week on WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of high school football coverage.
Looking good, feeling great, one step beyond with Hair Systems Unlimited. It's a new you. Now that's a hairline and no limitations. Never worry about taking a shower. Go ahead and comb back that hair. With Hair Systems Unlimited, you have no limitations. Does anyone get this close? Hair Systems Unlimited is taking you one step beyond. Call 724-775-7671 now for Hair Systems Unlimited.
Rams lead at 6-0 here in Rochester tonight. They already have the naming rights from a season ago. They want to hold them, and of course, Mark Lyons told us they want to change the name of that bridge that connects these two towns over the Ohio River. Now a play fake, and they give off to Reuben Jackson. Great defense by Monaca on that play that time, as they were able to take Jackson down off his feet. And Justin Bickerstaff coming in off the corner to make the stop.
Here's the quiz, guys. What was the score last year's game?
That's a good question.
I wasn't around.
Well, you should know.
I wasn't here either.
21-12.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I was here 2 years ago. I didn't make the trip to Monaca last year. I was busy with the Colonial. Robert Morris. It is 2nd down and 13, and Jackson trying to slip through the right side and just barely gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Keith, what's happening down there?
Lots of blue and white here, a lot of smiles. And with the cheerleaders from the Rochester Rams, we'll get some names. Hi, what's your name?
Kaylin Wetzel, Kim Guzzi, Darcy Richardson, Dana Morrell.
Hey, Dana, show me what you had there. Watch Dana. Such a big game, she brought a camera to get a picture of Dr. Sideline. How about over here? What's your name?
Jamie Roston.
Okay, and Jamie brought a can. What is that, hairspray?
Glitter.
Glitter, spray it. Let's see if we can see it glitter. Not on me. Get out of here. This is an expensive jacket. I paid $2 for this jacket retail. Oh.
You'll be sparkling.
This is Kurt Graham with a big reception over the middle and the catch and run to the Monaca 41-yard line. Big first down for Rachi.
Zach Harvey drops back here. He's getting pressure. He's able to get it away to Brum. Now, they found a seam. They were in a cover 2, and we were talking before about the field. We saw there, number 20 for
Eric Frederick
from Rochester slips and allows him to. Here's another number 20.
Yep, this time on the reverse. Randy Bacon able to carry it around the left side, fooling a lot of folks, but you see some hankies out there at about the 50-yard line.
Fashion statements going on. But what I was saying before, the moisture on the field with the temperatures getting cold is creating a mist. And, you know, the footing is going to become suspect as this game moves on.
Apparently no flags, just some confetti or paper or something or another. Some debris out there in the field. And again, Anderson taking the handoff. And with the slippery conditions on the surface that we've talked about, you see Anderson go down quickly on his own. And right now, let's take a look at the Monaca defense. There is the front side with Phillips, Lamberto, Bosco, Kaminsky, and Mike Rossi. These guys have played some tough D this year, no doubt about that. They have been in every one of their games. Again, the only loss came to the Farrell Steelers in overtime. And if memory serves me, that was a 32-28 final. Now, ball is loose and a fumble on the play. Monaca says it has it back, and that's the third takeaway Monaca's come up with tonight.
Unreal. Wow.
And again, it is Matt Phillips who finds himself with possession of the football.
Bad exchange from the quarterback from the center to the quarterback. And folks, it may not seem like a whole lot, but with that football sitting on the ground, it's always, making contact with the grass, and with the grass getting wet, the ball does get slippery.
All right, here we go. Monaca back with the football. 6:12 to play, first half. And the Indians trying to run it up the gut. And they can't find much. They'll get over the line maybe about a yard, and that's it. Rochester, their tough defense, they have kept this team in the ballgame despite 3 turnovers. They do have a 6-0 lead. We'll give them that. And they had a beautiful opening drive in this game. Now the defensives have really settled in here as we take a look at the Rams' defensive starters.
And Randy Anderson leading the DBs here. He's coming up, and he's doing a heck of a job so far.
Timeout on the field.
Yep, Monaca.
Monaca has called a timeout. 5:44 to go. We're in the second quarter. It is a 6-0 ball game, and we'll return to Rochester after these words.
This is WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of award-winning local sports coverage.
The Rochester Chamber of Commerce, often called the hub of Beaver County. The Rochester Chamber of Commerce is the fastest growing chamber in western Pennsylvania. If you are an interested business or just need more information, please call 724-728-4998.
And remember, you can catch up on all the high school football scores and stories with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Stay posted. To subscribe, call 1-800-228-NEWS for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Chris Shovlin with former Steeler linebacker Craig Bingham and the good doctor on the sidelines, Keith James, in Rochester tonight. The Rams hold a 6-0 lead over arch rival Monaca. It's 2nd down and 9 for the Engines. Out of the eye. And a reverse. Fredericks. He's got room. Griffin gets him around the collar and drags him down, and penalty flags will follow at the 46-yard line in Rochester territory.
They're saying it's a face mask.
That'll tack another 15 onto it.
Fakes the underneath handoff.
On the tackle.
The hands off to Griffin coming around the corner. Excuse me, Randy Bacon coming around the corner.
No, that's Fredericks.
Griffin makes him. Let's take a listen to the call.
Number 8. 8, face mask. Number 8. Face mask by the defense. First down.
You know, they don't normally call numbers at the high school level. I don't think that he was aware his microphone was live.
It'll be first down, 10 yards to go. Monaca with the football. They have it at the Rochester 30. Noah McKay draws the snap, gives off. And this gallop goes to Todd DeBacco. And he will move it ahead inside the 30 to the 28-yard line, just beyond that point. Damon in there on the stop that time for Rochester. The pickup of about 2. 2nd down, 8 yards to go for the Indians. Their deepest penetration of the ball game thus far. Now they go to the eye. Now the run. DeBacco hurdling people. He's down to the 20-yard line, and Griffin will make the tackle on the play, along with Bacon out of the defensive secondary for Rochester.
This is a really good run by DeBacco. Good trapping block. Boom. He's hurdling right there. Really good run.
Phil Farinacci with a nice spring block on that line of scrimmage to get him out of there. 74 for Monaca. It's 3rd down, 1 yard to go, just shy of the 20. McKay brings them up in a full house. Ends are in tight. Pitch sweep. And a turn around the right side and a lot of room. And the Indians are going to advance it all the way down to the Rochester 5-yard line. Justin Bickerstaff around the right side in a first and goal situation now for the Indians.
Well, Chris Griffin saved the touchdown right there. He was able to just barely get a hold around the waist. We take a look at this replay again. It's a quick toss to Bickerstaff. As you see right there, Griffin is able to hold on to some jersey, and get the help. We need some help here, guys.
Grab for anything you can find, and that's what he did. First and goal, and now the run will go to the left side. This is Matt Phillips running the football for the Indians. And Phillips and his partners trying to tie this ball game up. They could take the lead with a touchdown and a successful PAT. Remember, Rochester, after their touchdown early on in the first period by Randy Anderson, missed the point after. Had it blocked by Josh Lamberto. Second down goal for the Indians from about the 4-yard line. Again, they come up full house time. DeBacco to the right side. Smashed as he came over the line of scrimmage by Sean Zucchini as we head down to the good doctor.
Hey guys, big games bring out big names. Where'd he go? There he goes. Gino DeMarco, head coach and athletic director of Geneva College. Nice to see you on the sidelines with the doctor.
Great to be here tonight. What a great high school football game. This is what it's about, especially here in Beaver County. People wait the whole year for Rochester Monaca.
Gino, you're looking at some talent in your own backyard, maybe?
Well, officially I can't tell you that, but we're just out tonight just trying to calm our nerves down before our game tomorrow. But I'll tell you, there are some fine college football prospects on the field tonight.
Indeed, and your game tomorrow, you're not doing badly at all.
Well, right now we're 11th in the country. We've built our program on local kids, just like the ones that are out on the field. And we're going to win tomorrow. We're out at the Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton playing Malone. They're 25th in the country, so it's time for us to step up and play.
All right, Gino, thanks for joining us. Good luck in Geneva. And we'll be back with more after these words.
This is the Health America High School Football Game of the Week on WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of high school football coverage.
Come on down and see Crazy Bob at Roberts Roadside Inn. He's celebrating a decade of fun at Roberts, and you won't want to miss the party. Check out Bob's famous wings, voted Best of the Valley 2 years in a row. Bob's got plenty of ways to party: the beach bar, volleyball courts, pool tables, and video games. Get in the party groove with different bands and DJs. Roberts Roadside's 10th anniversary means fun for everyone. Sharon Road, Bridgewater.
3 minutes left, second period, a fast-moving game, the bridge game, if you will. Rochester and Monaca, and the Indians knocking on Rochester's door. They trail 6-0, and here we come up to the situation that has it third down, goal to go from the 5.
Huge stuff.
Zacco goes in motion. McKay to follow. The quarterback trying to roll it out, and he is tripped up behind the line. Chris Griffin comes out and slices him down in the Monaca backfield.
Wow. McKay needed to follow the backside of his blocker right there. He got away from it. You take a look at the replay here. Here's Phillips. Phillips going in to make a block right there. Had McKay stayed right on the back of Phillips, he would have taken it in.
They're going to bring Mark Friday out onto the field now, the Indians are. He's 6'4", 220, a senior, and he will try a field goal. The spot will be at the 13-yard line. It'll be a 23-yard attempt. It is up. It is strong. It is good. Monaca is on the board with 2:11 to go here in the second period with a 23-yard field goal by Mark Friday. 6-3 ball game. Rochester still leads it.
This is the Health America High School Football Game of the Week. Health America. We have the game plan for your good health.
Nip in the air, changing leaves, it only mean one thing.
It's football season!
I'm Dale 9, your local Lennox dealer. It's also home heating season.
I have the ditch, the big screen, the recliner,
He also has a reliable high-efficiency Lennox furnace.
Yep, this season this is the best seat in the house, baby.
Thanks to Homer 9 & Sons, it's also the warmest.
Lennox, one less thing to worry about.
That was a heck of a field goal. Mark Friday put it through, 23 yards out, and now it's a 3-point ball game.
Now you see how important that missed extra point is. Get another field goal, it's a tie score.
Dan Masick and his staff know it. There's Mark Lyons facing the sidelines on the far side. His Indians offense finally gets in gear here in the second period of play, but still some good defensive play on both sides of the ball here thus far. Now the Indians are going to tee it up. Mark Friday again will boot it away. Bacon and Jackson are back deep. And now it's a short kick. And it'll be picked up by Anderson at the 28. And Anderson is crunched at the 37-yard line after a 9-yard return. And Rochester has the football. They are back in business after Adam Olshansky made the stop on the return. Dan Matzuk will send Zach Harvey, number 12, back out there onto the football field. Reuben Jackson, Randy Anderson be in the backfield. Now they send Damon in as the fullback. Ian Jackson will be back there in a slot to the left side. Draw play. Jackson with the football. Look at him coming up the field. 40, 50. Jackson still going to the 45-yard line and a big first down and a gain of about 18 yards on that carry by Action Jackson.
This guy, folks, talk about a lot of spunk. Take a look at this. Harvey drops back, shows a pass, hands off to Action Jackson. He is getting hit like a ping pong ball, just bouncing through, holding out of that football. You take a look at it. Nick Phillips is trying to strip him as we take a look.
He goes again. Down to the 30. And another big gain for Reuben Jackson. And he will be spun down at about the 27 as the good doctor on the sidelines. I don't know if you're keeping your eyeballs in your head here with this run.
Unbelievable, isn't he? He has the Rochester half of the stadium all fired up. They're jam-packed in there. The Monaca side's a little quiet right now, but look at the fence. They're 2, 3, and 4 deep all along the fence. This place is packed. There are more fans, and we're going to show them to you in just a minute or so.
Keith, all over the field. On the other side, people are even standing. When it looks like they're standing on boxes or something, or standing on fences over there, trying to peek in to watch this game. There's standing commercial here.
Minute 41 to go. We'll be back.
This is WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of award-winning local sports coverage. If you like football, you're at the right place for the best local high school and college games every weekend. Saturday, Beth Center at Brownsville gets things rolling at 9 a.m., followed by SMU at Air Force. At 6, Monaca tangles with Rochester in the annual bridge game on the Health America Game of the Week. Wrap up your weekend with IUP at California, Sunday at 10. Every weekend, turn to WBGN for the best in local high school and college football.
Minute 41 to go, second period, 6-3. Rochester with the lead, Rams with the football, and Reuben Jackson starting to run wild. And another draw play. Jackson again. Jackson with a lot of room all the way down close to the 12-yard line. And another first down.
I don't know. Did I mistake something there? Jackson looked like...
Look at the hurry up, and now something's wrong. Rochester timeout.
Did I miss something? You know, take a look at this. He is not looking to evade this tackler.
He wanted to
run through him. Mm-hmm. Wait a second, folks. What's wrong with this picture?
5'3"? 5'3", he says.
5'3", 170 pounds. That's a lot of beef.
First down 10, Rochester, but a stoppage out there.
We want want to thank D&G Rentals in Beaver Falls for providing production assistance for all our games this season. D&G Rentals is your grand rental station in Beaver Falls. Give the rental pros at D&G Rentals a call at 724-843-5500 for all your rental needs.
Chris Griffin goes out wide to the left side. Otherwise, it's a tight set for the Rams. Jackson and Damon will be the running backs in this set. Zach Harvey getting set to draw the snap from his center, Tom Highweiler. And they go up the middle. The fullback, Damon, will carry the football this time inside the 10, close to the 9-yard line. A lot of white shirts on top of him. Tony Kaminsky was there. Well, Monaca, or I should say Rochester, looked like wanted to go with a quick offense 2 plays ago, but then had to call the timeout quickly. Now Harvey ran over to the sidelines to bring a new play in. Pitch sweep. Here comes Jackson to the left. And Jackson, look at him shaking around over there, finally turning the corner. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but no, he wanted positive yards, and he got him down near the 5.
He was still able to pick something up. Folks, he should have been shut down in the backfield. How? They're trying to go with it. Oh, they're calling a timeout.
They wanted to go quick again, and they looked to the sidelines, and Dan Matzok said, no, let's call timeout. And he's going to bring his quarterback over and talk to him again.
Well, you may as well utilize the timeouts. We have, 46.9 seconds to go.
6-3, Rochester in the lead. They want to think about it. We'll be back right after this.
This is the Health America High School Football Game of the Week on WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of high school football coverage.
Look what's new on Adelphia. We've gone digital. That means more movies, more channels, more choices. Subscribe now and you can get 8 great channels of programming from HBO, 4 times the flicks from Cinemax, and a triple shot of Showtime. Plus, with Adelphia Digital, you get 18 channels of hit movies with Adelphia Home Theater, 40 channels of commercial-free music, and an interactive on-screen program guide, all with digital quality picture and sound. Adelphia Digital. Call now and get connected.
Health America knows that everyone has their share of life's ups and downs. Sometimes there are fewer ups and more downs. That's why we put together a game plan for your good health. With 5,000 doctors and 40 hospitals in Western Pennsylvania, Health America has the winning strategies that will get you back on your feet fast. When life tackles you unexpectedly, Health America, we have the game plan for your good health.
Every day, on every street, in every neighborhood, a true-to-life, better than anything Hollywood could dream up story is unfolding. It's the story of Pittsburgh. And you'll find it in the one place where all of the streets in all of the neighborhoods all over town converge. In the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Stay posted.
Rams 6, Indians 3, 46.9 seconds left here in the first half. Rochester wants to cash in. It is 3rd down and 2 from about the 5-yard line. This is Jackson to the left side. Jackson sneaks through, and he's all the way in for the touchdown for Rochester. I don't know how he does it.
All we can say to that is, wow. Somehow or another, Monaca looked as though they had this shut down. And Action Jackson, he just keeps the motor going. Folks, take a look at this replay again. He's going to his left. There's nothing there. There's bodies all over him, bodies on the ground and everything else. He's getting bounced around. And right there, when you think he's all done, he's celebrating in the end zone.
Couldn't get it. Could not get it. Justin Matzok is on to try the extra point kick for Rochester. His first one blocked, remember, and there's Action's numbers so far, 88 yards on the evening. Here's Matzok's kick. It is up. It is strong. It is good. 40 seconds left, and it's 13-3 here as we come down near halftime at Rochester with the Rams leading.
This is WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of award-winning local sports coverage.
We
When you need a ride somewhere or just don't feel like driving, catch a ride with the Beaver County Transit Authority. Friendly service with routes to places you visit most makes the Beaver County Transit Authority the right transportation for you. Catch a ride to your favorite shopping plaza or to a class at any of the local colleges. And don't forget, we also take 16 trips a day to Pittsburgh. For convenient, affordable, friendly transportation, call the Beaver County Transit Authority today at 728-8600 for more information.
Folks, we take a look at this replay again as my booth partner calls it Rachi.
They've been calling it that for years here.
Well, I'll tell you what. Look at this. There is determination there. He is not going down at all. He was just, and at the end it's to say, what do you think? It's like it's nothing.
There he is right there.
There's the man. There's the man.
He is the man. It's 5'3". He is the man.
170 pounds, 88 yards thus far and 15 carries.
And what speed.
Wow.
Hand over hand kick. A short one and bobbled again, and the Indians will have to scramble for it. And now, nice lane up the middle. And Matt Phillips able to bring it back close to the 28-yard line.
Sometimes there's a plus when you have a bobbled on a special teams like that, on a kickoff or a punt return or so, because for a quick instant, the defenders become soft, and that opens up. Ends up allowing the receiver to kind of pick up and then hit a lane and you know, get positive yardage.
Monaca with the football now, just 33 seconds with which to work. They come up both ends inside in a full house backfield, and a slip and fall in the backfield, and it is getting a little wet out there as Matt Phillips just couldn't get to the handle. And they did fumble the football onto the turf.
Yeah.
Loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. A dogfight here in Rochester tonight with the Rams leading 13-3 as the clock winds down inside of 10 seconds to go here in the 2nd period.
I wonder what this game would have been like at this point if Monaca hadn't managed to snag those 3 turnovers. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination saying that Rochester has an edge.
Well, they couldn't get the snap off in time. That is the end of one half of football. It is Rochester 13, Monaca 3 here at the Bridge Game, the Health America Game of the Week on WBGN TV. Stay with us. The halftime bands are coming up next.
This is the Health America High School Football Game of the Week. Health America. We have the game plan for your good health.
Waynesburg College is one of the best private colleges in the East. We blend the traditional liberal arts degree with professional programming. We provide opportunities for spiritual and personal growth. And there are lots of exciting ways to serve others through community service. Internships, service, and leadership projects provide a competitive edge in the job market. Waynesburg College, where opportunities begin.
Congressman Ron Klink. His cause is the fight for working families. He's been a leader in standing up for Western Pennsylvania workers and protecting American jobs from unfair foreign trade. He led the fight in Congress for a real Patients' Bill of Rights to stand up to insurance companies and protect people from the abuses of HMOs. And he stood by senior citizens and fought against cuts in Medicare and Social Security. Ron Klink, a hardworking congressman for hardworking people.
Tradition. It lives in your heart. It becomes a part of your soul. And on Friday nights, it is part of our lives. Health America is proud to be a part of this grand tradition. And we applaud everyone who strives to keep it alive. It takes a team effort to be a winner. And we encourage every team to give it the best that you have. Health America. We have the game plan for your good health. If you'd like a videotape of tonight's game, give the Video House a call at 412-921-7577. Each copy is $19.95 plus tax and shipping.
They don't play for multi-year contracts. They don't play for shoe deals. They play for the game. And every week, the best play their way onto the pages of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, where high school football unfolds.
It's halftime with our Health America High School Football Game of the Week. The superstars from the Monaca High School Marching Band are entertaining. Let's listen. Yeah. That is wacky, wild stuff from the Indians marching band. And as they play on, we're chatting on the sidelines with Jim Miller, who's the assistant band director. We have to ask, where's John Cornelius, the band director?
He's up in the booth announcing the show tonight.
Ah, there you go. And what is this wacky show? They're out there running around and they're just having fun.
Well, that's what we do at Monaca. We just have fun. I mean, we're going to have playing some good music, having some good fun out on the field.
I'll tell you what, Jim, for a smaller unit, they sound great. How much drilling each week goes into the program?
Earlier in the year, we were practicing 3 times a week for about 2 hours at a time. And as the show got better through the year, we've let the kids have a little bit more time themselves and taken away some of that practice time.
Okay.
So
and do you get up at like real early in the morning and practice when the field's available before the football guys, or when do you find time to practice?
Well, we practice after school on the baseball field, actually, that's lined for football. We have the baseball field lined for a football field, and we practice on the baseball field.
And is it important to do that so they know where they're walking with their drills?
There's a lot of marks on the field, the numbers and the hash marks and all that. We use all the marks on the field to our advantage.
All right, well, let's see if they use the marks to their advantage. Now, what number are we going to hear next?
The next number is a medley from The Wizard of Oz.
Ah, the Wiz, the Wizard of Oz is with us. And a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful was however that goes. I don't know. See if you can sing along with the Monaca Indians marching band. you're not in Kansas anymore. You're in Rochester, and that's the Monaca Indian Marching Band marching their way off the field in the halftime performance here in our Health America High School Football Game of the Week. Back with much more in a moment.
This is WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of award-winning local sports coverage.
So come to Wendy's for a 99-cent junior bacon.
Man, that cheeseburger looks good. I love bacon. You fly, I'll buy. You go to Wendy's and I'll buy. Plus, I'll throw in Biggie fries. Yeah, well, I'll throw in Biggie fries and Biggie drinks.
When the craving hits for a Wendy's hot and juicy 99-cent junior bacon cheeseburger with 2 strips of bacon, you'll do anything to get one.
Junior bacon cheeseburgers, Biggie fries, Biggie drinks, and gas for your car. I don't have a car. Well, I'll buy you one.
Hey, for a car, I'll go.
Dave?
Legends. Some say they're born. At Health America, we think they're created by hard work, dedication, and an unrelenting drive to achieve your personal best, and then striving to be better. Health America believes in everyone's potential to achieve and surpass their goals, to become a legend. That's why we're proud to sponsor the high school football game of the week. Health America, we have the game plan for your good health.
These days, it seems some long-distance companies try to lure you in with a 10 cents a minute rate. But it turns out that rate's only good during certain hours. Or it's a short-term introductory rate. With Adelphia, 10 cents a minute means 10 cents a minute, anywhere, all the time, with a low monthly fee. So get 10 cents a minute with no strings attached from Adelphia Long Distance.
It's a great musical extravaganza here at halftime at Rochester Stadium as the Rochester Rams are leading the Monaca Indians on the football scoreboard 13-3. But I want you to know it's dead even on the musical scoreboard. The Rochester Rams marching band on the field now. Let's keep our ears glued to them. Music and the stars on the field are the members of the Rochester Rams High School Marching Band. And let's chat with the lady who helped put it all together. Does it every year. Nice to see you again. Brenda Williams, the band director.
Nice to see you.
Okay, let's talk about it now. You tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not looking at new uniforms, but there's something different about the kids with their uniforms. What's different?
We got new plumes this year.
Ah, the new plumes, but the ghost, yes. Where do you go to find plumes? Do you go out and find the plume bird or what? How do you do that?
You just find a company that has different plumes, and you can order it all different styles.
Ah, there's styling. There's the fashion report right there. Hey, how about the show tonight? Do I hear Blues Brothers music?
Little Blues Brothers from the Blues Brothers 2000.
Outstanding. Well, let's listen, and then we'll chat some more. Here's the Blues Brothers with their Rochester blue and white. Yeah. Yeah, and the crowd's liking it as well. That's the Blues Brothers stuff from the Rochester Rams marching band as they roll into their last song. Let me ask the band director, Brendan Williams, just one more question. I believe you told me that new uniforms are on the horizon for the band?
Hopefully for next year. These uniforms are 13 years old.
Wow. How do you go about raising money for uniforms? How much do they cost?
Well, each uniform costs about $350 or more, and the school is very good at paying for these so that we have uniforms for the students.
Well, either that or if you see the Rochester Rams out in the summertime with a car wash or a bake sale, help them out, will you, Brenda? Thanks. Great music.
Thank you.
All righty, Brenda Williams, and again, the blue and white going at it, and they have one more to wrap it up. But don't go away. We'll give a little musical send-off back with some stats and much more here on our Health America High School Football Game of the Week halftime show.
Remote facilities for today's game are provided by Waynesburg College. Make a difference. Scholarship, leadership, and service.
Oh, boy, liver and onions. Looks great. We haven't had this in a long time. It's terrific.
If not everyone in your family is excited about what you've made for dinner, come to King's.
Try a little ketchup.
We have more than 70 dinner choices every day, even liver and onions.
Lots of iron.
Come on, kids, dig in. Next time, make it King's.
Want to congratulate the bands for a super halftime show here at Rochester tonight, both Monaca and the Rochester bands. 13-3 is the score. The Rams lead here at halftime, trying to stay undefeated and, of course, trying to keep the name of the bridge on their side of the sign. And, Craig, let's take a look at those numbers.
Chris, one of the things that I have to say here, what would the score be if Rochester had not turned the ball over 3 times? I mean, you know, you look at it right now, it's 13-3. They're dominating the game, especially on the rushing. You have 143 to 58 to Monaca. 184 yards total offense versus 58 on the other side. But that the 3 turnovers. Question there, what would that have done for the score?
You kind of wonder. And again, Monaca had one excellent drive. It culminated in a Mark Friday 23-yard field goal, but other than that, it's been all Rochester. Randy Anderson with a 1-yard touchdown run after the first drive of the game, and then Reuben Jackson with a 5-yard run capping off Rochester's last drive, and they lead it by a score of 13-3.
You know, we were talking about the backfield real quickly. You know, we said, okay, you throw Reuben Jackson at you, you shut Reuben Jackson down as we take a look at the trophy there. Then all of a sudden, boom, here comes Randy Anderson. You know, there is so much in the offense there. It's really interesting.
And we're going to see more offense coming up in the second half. Stay with us. Don't go away. It's a wild one here in Rochester tonight. Rams lead it.
This is the Health America High School Football Game of the Week. Health America. We have the game plan for your good health.
Dick's Sporting Goods presents Cordell Stewart.
Sunny morning, fresh air is calling.
Thank you.
I just love my street. The grass is dewy, the trees are bloomy. Morning, beep, beep. Hello, neighbor.
Nike training footwear and apparel. Available at Dick's.
Health America knows that everyone has their share. of life's ups and downs. Sometimes there are fewer ups and more downs. That's why we put together a game plan for your good health. With 5,000 doctors and 40 hospitals in Western Pennsylvania, Health America has the winning strategies that will get you back on your feet fast when life tackles you unexpectedly. Health America, we have the game plan for your good health.
At Eunice Pontiac Buick and Oldsmobile, we'll put you behind the most innovative and reliable cars on the road. Test drive the completely redesigned Century, Regal, and Park Avenue. Don't miss the newly designed Transport and Y-Track Grand Prix. Check out the sophisticated design of the Cutlass and the all-new Intrigue. Eunice offers expanded evening service hours, full-service state-of-the-art body shop with free estimates, and an award-winning Oldsmobile master technician. Buy your next car from Eunice and receive a free lifetime inspection sticker at Eunice. Eunice Pontiac Buick and Oldsmobile, the one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Kickoff for the third quarter, just about ready to go on the sidelines. It's the good doctor here. And here's the Rams #1 fan. Look at that. Look at that. There you go. Rams #1 fan. What's your name?
Liz Moore.
Okay, Liz. Now look at you. No jagging anything. Yeah, it's a little chilly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Liz is like, yeah. All right. Hey, is this game about everything you thought it would be?
Yeah. A lot of people were here.
All right. Are you ready for the second half? It's going to be a good one.
Are we ready?
Yeah, sure. All right. Oh, Liz is ready. There you go. We're ready. We're ready, and that is not snow, by the way, guys.
I'm glad to hear that. Nicest thing I've heard tonight. Hey, be sure to join us every Saturday, whether it's sunny or snowy, and Sunday for the best in local college and high school football action. Saturday, we get started at 9 a.m. with high school action when Beth Center takes on Brownsville. Then at 2, it's Southern Methodist and Air Force, followed at 6 o'clock by a replay of tonight's Monaca-Rochester Bridge game. Then wrap up the day at 9 when St. Francis visits Westminster. That's all right here on WBGN TV this Saturday, celebrating our 5th season of award-winning local sports coverage. Chris Shovlin with former Steeler Craig Bingham and the good doctor Keith James, who is still on those sidelines.
Absolutely, and I want you to know what I used to do with this stuff, Chris. You have any idea what I used to do when I was a little younger?
I'm afraid to ask.
Well, tell us. What I used to do is put it on my shoulders like this, pretend it was dandruff to keep all the women away. Yes.
Oh, is that the reason they stayed away?
Was it? Yeah, apparently it worked.
You might be working tonight in the second half. I don't even want to think about flakes, whether it's dandruff or snow. I don't want to think about it.
As they say, the seasons are changing.
I'll tell you one thing, a football season, you never know what kind of weather to expect, especially when we get around this time of the year. We're right at the end of October here this evening. Of course, Halloween officially on Saturday night, and when November gets here, you never know what it's going to be like. We've seen snow, we've seen beautiful sunshine, we've seen rain, we've seen everything in between. But right now, perfect night for football. The nip is in the air. It feels like football season, and the Rams are feeling it right now because they're up 13-3.
Yeah, it's definitely a great night for football, but I'll tell you what, Monaca right now is hoping for a big change some way or another because they need to get something going offensively. They had that good drive, and now it's time to turn the Jets back on, shut down the defense, and get rolling.
When you talk about change, you're not talking about a change in the weather either. You're talking about a change in the climate of this football game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Viewpoint Wireless Communications for the Health America High School Game of the Week are provided by Viewpoint Production Services. Viewpoint specializes in rental equipment for the broadcast industry, including cameras, lighting, and remote packages. So, if your next video project calls for the professional equipment, give the pros at Viewpoint a call.
Guys, all I can say is, prior to the kickoff, I have about 12 pounds of confetti down my shirt. This is going to be a scratching.
Oh, you were complaining that you needed something to warm you up, so I figured they'd give you a filler.
I can see tomorrow morning he's going to
Where did this come from?
Look on the floor, and Colleen's going to say, what is all this stuff all over the house?
Yeah, exactly. What? No, it'll be exactly. Who brought this in? Speaking about bringing things in, Randy Anderson's going to bring it in. However, he has a bit of a, I don't know if he got a bang on the side or whatever. I think he has a little tenderness. We'll have to watch and see if that affects his performance in the second half.
I see him dancing around down there on the sidelines near you, Doc.
Well, I have to tell you, part of the dancing, guys, is to stay warm. The temperature continues to drop. I wouldn't say it's freezing, but I'll tell you what, it's well into the 30s. I'd bet you anything.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what, they're on the edge of their bleacher seats here, and I know that watching the game all around the valley tonight, whether you're at the Hollywood Gardens or the Hilltop or maybe Roberts Roadside Inn or perhaps over at the Monaca Inn, I know that the bar stools are half tipped toward the television set because this one is the bridge game. It's 13-3. Rochester's in the lead. Monaca has had one good drive in this game, and the Indians want to see if they can get behind the wheel and drive some more.
Boy, and don't go anywhere. 13-3. This game is not in the bag.
By far. When I got started with you guys, you kept talking about this bridge game. Oh, wait till you get to the bridge game. Wait till you get to the bridge game. I mean, Chris, you have a whole bunch of stats talking about the bridge and everything else. You know, you've talked to PennDOT. It's really interesting. These people are into this game. As I said before, yeah, they were standing on commercials, but they're standing on cars and the fences all over the place out here.
You know, I showed you earlier on that it was literally 3 and 4 deep along the fence on this side. On the other side of the field, it is 3 deep.
Now the kick by Griffin down to the 9-yard line. This is Frederick. And he fakes a handoff, and he goes up to the 30. Nice. And he was able to buy himself a couple of extra yards before Anderson was able to take him down. Monaca coaches were in the booth next to us. They said, what was that?
Anything to get it started.
First down, 10 yards to go. Monaca with the ball, the first possession of this second half. We are just underway past the break. 13-3, Rochester leads on touchdowns by Randy Anderson from a yard and Reuben Jackson from 5. Mark Friday added a field goal, 23 yards for the Indians. And now they try to set a flare pass out to the right side. Incomplete, looking for Matt Phillips. And McKay put it on his fingertips, a little out of his reach, though.
You know, what Rochester's bringing people up, and they're filling the line. It's a great time to call a play pass and send someone on a streak pattern, you know, or try to hit them on a quick hitch down the sideline, because they're bringing their defensive players up into the gap to try and shut down the run and maybe come with a blitz or something. You hit someone in a quick pattern, then there's not going to be anyone back there to shut it down. So let's see what they're able to come up with here.
Motion out of the full house, and now a penalty flag as we see Tobacco running off the left side of the line, and we'll hold it up here. Jim Hoffman, the referee. Offsides on Rochester, the preliminary call. 11:43 to play. We're in the third quarter. Chris Shovlin with former Steeler Craig Bingham. Good old number 54 in that black and gold. And Keith James, the doctor on the sidelines tonight, talking to everybody in the crowd.
Oh, wait a minute. You're not going to tell them what my number was? 13.
Number 13. You're unlucky.
In the orange and black.
Okay.
Look at this go. Look at 33.
That's Don Tobacco around the left side. Monaca has a first down and into Rochester territory near the 45-yard line.
Good toss, seal the corner. See if we can take a look at this. Good toss to Tobacco, seal the corner, create a seam, and he found the hole, and Fredericks was able to bring him down.
First down 10, Monaca with the ball. Slot right formation, Tobacco goes in motion out of the slot, and the handoff. Go down the left side, that's Matt Phillips, the fullback, and he tries to run along that line, and he's tripped up after a gain of a couple at the 44-yard line.
Penetration from Jermaine Thomas disrupted that play, kind of slowed it down a little bit. It looks like they were trying to run a quick trap over there, but he got in a little bit deeper than I think the offensive line anticipated.
Nice hat. WBGN hat. I don't have one of those.
Nice hat.
I thought they were going to pass those out to the crew. It appears that the Indians got in there.
I think the doctor of the sidelines has been handing things out to certain people.
Not taking care of his buddy.
Yeah.
Now, a run by Justin Bickerstaff, and Bickerstaff will move it down to the 40-yard line for a pickup of about 4 on the play. Again, Rochester's defense stiffening up here against the Indians. We take another gander at it. Good hitting out there on both sides of the ball here tonight.
So a lot of good hitting going on here.
Craig, we commented at halftime how fast the first half went. Already we're at the 10-minute mark, and inside of it here in this third quarter, a running football game will move the clock more speedily. Yeah. More speedily, I should say. Now the turn on the left side. Tobacco will be shy of the first down. Let's see if Mark Lyons considers this 4-down territory as they have the football at the 37.
Looks like they're about 2 yards short of the first down, maybe a yard and a half or so.
He has no intentions of taking the offense off the field. He is going.
Have to go for it. Yes, tight a defensive game has been going on so far. You have to take advantage of everything. When you have the football, Monaca hasn't been able to keep possession long. Now that they have it, they have to go for it.
Rossi left, Bickerstaff right. Let's see if they're going to run. It will be the quarterback, Noah McKay, on the sneak up the middle. And McKay looks like he has it. And will at the 34-yard line. First down for Monaca. Eric Krebs was in there on the stop, but McKay was able to weasel his way through, and the center just bullying straight forward in front of him, Josh Antonopoulos.
Straight block. Just get a hold of your man, turn it which way, and let the quarterback read your tail and go from there.
Antonopoulos, the center, Lamberto and Colwell are the guards, and the tackles, Farinacci and Bosco. You see Lyons in there from time to time as well, and now the run to the right side, not much there, maybe a yard.
Now, you look at both of those plays. The one before that, you saw what happened when your offensive linemen were able to get off the ball. Quarterback is able to then get some movement, pick up some yardage. On this play, you had defensive penetration, and it shuts it down. This is really good defense here. There's good penetration, and it shuts everything down.
Blue shirts everywhere. Second down and a long 9. Out of the full house, Monaca comes. They play fake. McKay wants to throw, strong rush, and finally he gets rid of it, and it is caught down at the 20-yard line. Called in by the Indians, and coming up with a reception on the play, Jason McDonald.
Looks like some offensive adjustments from Monaca in the locker room at halftime are starting to click.
Definitely looks like it. Right there, it looked as though McKay should have been stopped in the backfield, and there was just, he was able to get the ball off.
It's a good rush that time, but he was able to get it downfield, and McDonald hauling it in. It'll be a first down for Monaca. Now Bickerstaff will run the football straight forward, and he is immediately slammed down by Damon on the tackle. Keith, what's happening?
They all come out on the sidelines, and that includes Homer Dale Nye from up this way. Hi, Homer. How you doing?
Hey, pretty good. Keith, how about yourself?
Oh, we're okay. Now, you brought the whole gang. Want to introduce the gang?
Yes. This is my wife, Tawny, my little boy, Alex, and my other son, Eric.
Okay, let's go over here to Eric. Eric, you're hiding this from me. What's going on, man? What do you have here?
Elephant ear.
It's an elephant ear. Was that yours?
Yeah.
Well, it's not anymore, so there you go. Thank you very much. Homer, been supporting WBGN high school football for, I don't know, since the beginning, right?
Since the very beginning.
Glad to have you aboard. Thanks, Homer. Hey, thanks for the food, Eric.
Bickerstaff shut down immediately as he got the ball, and Rochester's defense again coming very much alive as we take another look at
They're
it.
trying to run a toss into the boundary, and Caleb Mersing shut that down. He was able to get deep. He read the play right away, got up the field, and made havoc there. And all Bickerstaff could do is turn the ball back inside and try to get whatever he could out of it.
Monaca on third down and more than 10. McKay. Little stutter step move. Now he fires a pass. It is tipped, and it will be incomplete. Somebody got a hand on it. Bacon almost made a play on it in the defensive secondary, but it goes incomplete, and it'll be fourth down and long for the Indians.
I say you go for it. Field goal doesn't help you.
McKay is hiding the ball.
Anderson tipped.
There's the man again. Randy Anderson. He is all over the place.
Number 5 is having a great night for the Rams in blue. Fourth down and more than 10. The ball's sitting at the 21-yard line, and McKay and the Indians offense will try to get at least the first down here if they can. This is McKay to throw. He goes for the end zone. He's got a man in there, and it is incomplete. Intended for Fredericks in the end zone, and Rochester had it covered well. David Kindleberger was back there and had a hand out near the football.
Nice sportsmanship. Kindleberger gives the receiver a little pat on the helmet and says, heck of a try, guy. That's what we like to see.
As we look at this replay, he's doing a post. You can't see the pattern right there. He's doing a post corner, and we're listening to the coaches here, and they're saying it's there, just a little bit long. So we go back to live action here.
Now Damon running the football for Rochester, and Darrell Damon's having a nice night on both sides of the ball here tonight. Damon, after Dan Matzook's club takes over on downs, picks up about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Craig, you referred to the coaches up in the box. Before the game, Dan Matzook confided in me that with the different defenses that Monaca has shown in the last couple of seasons against all teams and Rochester, he feels that those guys up in the box tonight could be the most valuable guys on the team.
Here's a run by Jackson and a big burst, and another first down for the Rams, and what speed! Reuben Jackson.
And then, of course, there's another valuable guy out there.
Maybe the most valuable.
Action Jackson. He's coming at you with both barrels blazing.
He outran the camera. Couldn't turn it that fast.
He outran the camera. That's good.
First down, Rochester, ball sitting at the Rams' 39-yard line. Now they go to a wishbone backfield. They're going to give to the fullback again, and Darrell Damon is able to find some yardage up over the 42. Let's take a look at Reuben's numbers so far on the evening. He has cracked the century mark on 17 carries. Of course, he scored the second touchdown for Rochester in the game. And I'll tell you what, those have not been easy yards, Mr. Bengman.
No, not at all. But as we talked about before, he seems to be the runner, and he's shown it a couple times here, where he doesn't look to evade the tackler. He is going to go through you.
High, strong left. Jackson with the body of the student in front of him, and he's going to sweep it around the left side, pick up some more yards. Doc, what's going on down there?
Incredible how big this game is and how it attracts them on the other side of the field. Look at them. Now, I'm way down here, away from the action at the other opposite end zone here, okay? Look, take a look. Way down here, they are 3 deep, all the way around. Take a tour. The light's not that good, but all the way around the stadium, they're jammed in here.
It's a big game.
Unreal.
It's a big game.
I'm going to ask that they each donate $1 to a special cause. I need a new car. And
Is that your car they're standing on the far side? That's what I want to know.
I hope so.
Over near that house at about the 40-yard line. Is it a VW bus over there? Our director, Doug Kennedy, says it is. And somebody standing on top of vehicles on the far side. That's the Rochester Skybox. I'm glad I parked over on the other side of the stadium.
Well, I believe I'm safe where I'm parked. Yeah.
They are standing on a car.
They are.
First down for Rochester. They continue to move the ball. Chris Griffin wide out to the right side. Otherwise, it's a very tight set. Strong right formation now for the Rams. And they are happy to just keep plowing that football ahead with Reuben Jackson taking it off the right side. 3:56 to play. We are in the 3rd period. It's 13-3. The Rams are in the lead.
We were talking before about how fast the first half went. It's due in part to what's going on right now with Rochester. They are running the football, and they're having success on the ground, continuously picking up first down. And when you do that, you continue to chew up the clock.
And they're bundled up in the stands here tonight. The nip of fall football in the air. Now a quick out pass, and it's caught by Griffin. And Griffin almost trapped back there. Finally gets it over the line and advances the football to the Monaca 45-yard line, where he was given the bum's rush on the far sidelines.
That's a lateral pass. How he's able to get away. Let's see if we have this on a replay here. We can take a look and show it to you here. Here it is. It's a lateral pass. Harvey and Griffin steps back. He's able to elude one tackler there. He's holding that football kind of gingerly out there.
Third down, 4. Griffin, a big target at 6'4". Here's a run. Anderson this time. They haven't called his number in a while, and all of a sudden they stun everybody, and he picks up 9 and a first down for the Rams.
That's what's interesting here.
Look at the little guy. He likes the confetti, too.
You know, we talked about it before. You shut down Griffin. You shut down. You look at this replay again. A couple good blocks being made on the inside. The handoff is to Anderson. But you're fool. You're always expecting Reuben Jackson to get the handoff, get the handoff, get the handoff. And all of a sudden, boom, you come to a swing pass to Griffin, or you give a quick handoff to Anderson.
Monaca showing blitz. They give it to Jackson, Rochester does. Look at him slicing through the right side. He is amazing how at 5'3", and I know that, you know, people say, well, he's so small, but that gives him an advantage because he's able to sneak through the line.
I think he put a lot of oil or something on his body before the game, because there's no way. Look at this. Take a look at this replay. He is hit right there. And he is able to carry that ball, the defender, Noah McKay, he picked up an additional 2 yards on that, where he looked like he should have been stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And it looked like McKay was putting a pretty good...
This is the Health America High School Football Game of the Week. Health America. We have the game plan for your good health.
So come to Wendy's for a 99-cent junior bacon.
Man, that cheeseburger looks good. I love bacon. You fly, I'll buy. No, you go to Wendy's and I'll buy. Plus, I'll throw in Biggie Fries. Yeah, well, I'll throw in Biggie Fries and Biggie Drinks.
When the craving hits for a Wendy's hot and juicy 99-cent junior bacon cheeseburger with 2 strips of bacon, you'll do anything to get one.
Junior bacon cheeseburgers, Biggie Fries, Biggie Drinks, and gas for your car. I don't have a car. Well, I'll buy you one.
Hey, for a car, I'll go.
Dave?
Sean Zucchini was the injured player, but he got up and trotted off under his own power. That's good to see. It'll be 4th down and a little less than 3 for the Rams as we come back to action here. The ball is sitting at the 29-yard line. They need to get close to the 26 to make the stick and the first down. A minute 13 to play, third quarter. Rams come up tight. Play fake.
Wide
pass. Anderson. And he's got the first down, and he slips tackles, and he has the ball all the way down to the 18-yard line.
Good call. Play pass. Everyone's figuring in a short yardage situation, you're going to give it to your key guys. What? Harvey comes back, hands up, fakes the handoff to his key guys. There it is. And I'll tell you what, Reuben Jackson helps to sell this play, because had he just moved up to the line nonchalant as though he was going to make a block, then the defense would not have bought on that play.
Anderson will run the football down close to the 15-yard line now, pick up about 4 more yards.
Can you hear that hitting?
Oh, we have the windows closed and we can feel it. The reverberations.
Man, they are banging away down there. Look at the steam coming off these kids.
Oh, yeah.
They are red hot. You can tell the temperature continues to drop by the way the steam is just cooking. And that's the way this game is played as the last few seconds crank down in quarter number 3.
13-3. Rams in the lead. They maintain the lead that they had at the end of 2 periods. And we're at the end of the third. Craig and Keith and I will be back right after these words on WBGN.
This is WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of award-winning local sports coverage. Tradition. It lives in your heart. It becomes a part of your soul. And on Friday nights, it is part of our lives. Health America is proud to be a part of this grand tradition. And we applaud everyone who strives to keep it alive. It takes a team effort to be a winner. And we encourage every team to give it the best that you have. Health America. We have the game plan for your good health.
Congressman Ron Klink. His cause is the fight for working families. He's been a leader in standing up for Western Pennsylvania workers and protecting American jobs from unfair foreign trade. He led the fight in Congress for a real Patients' Bill of Rights to stand up to insurance companies and protect people from the abuses of HMOs. And he stood by senior citizens and fought against cuts in Medicare and Social Security. Ron Klink, a hardworking congressman for hardworking people.
They don't play for multi-year contracts. They don't play for shoe deals. They play for the game. And every week, the best play their way onto the pages of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, where high school football unfolds.
There's the moon hanging over Rochester and beaming down on this football stadium here tonight, where the Indians and the Rochester Rams renew a rivalry that dates back to the early days of high school football in Western Pennsylvania.
Chris, isn't that an old song, Moon Hanging Over Rochester?
I believe it is, yes. You can sing it a little bit later.
Rochester Moon.
I tell you what, we're going to do some singing and dancing right here with Ruben as he goes moving around that right side. Action Jackson, as they call him here in Rachi. And he gets it down near the 10-yard line. You like that, don't you?
And nobody wants a Reuben sandwich at this point. Right there, he loses his footing. If he was able to elude that tackler, folks, could have been 6.
Safety man Todd Tobacco was the one who covered him. It is 3rd down and short. Rams have it near the 10. Anderson in motion. Harvey gives off to Damon, the fullback, and Damon will move it inside the 10. It looks like the Rams have a 1st down.
Well, if Rochester punches one in here, obviously, that will put, with the time remaining in the 4th quarter, that'll put quite an onus on Monaca, and they've been hard-pressed to get anything going offensively tonight. However, that does not detract from any success they've had this season, and the fact that the number 9 looms large for them. 9 years ago, they were in the playoffs, and they're back, even if they lose tonight.
It has been a while, but these Indians have returned to the tradition of their past. And now Anderson will roll out left, cut back up the middle, and score the touchdown.
No sooner said, Keith, there it is.
10:56 to play in the football game.
We're going to hand out the player of the game, and it's definitely, well, I shouldn't say it's definitely, because we have a toss-up between Anderson and Mr. Jackson. Effortless. Good blocking by the offensive line to create a path for Randy Anderson to just get to the end zone.
Right now, I'm sure Keith can feel it more than we can. The fact that Monaca's defense has been out there. You know, both these teams have players that go both ways, but when you're playing defense all the time, it starts wearing on you.
It wears on you. One of the graphics we did not get a chance to see before was time of possession. But if you look at it, we take a look at the extra point, and it's good.
And Rochester's lead now goes to 20-3 with 10:56 to play. Be back.
This is the Health America High School Football Game of the Week on WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of high school football coverage.
Looking good, feeling great, one step beyond with Hair Systems Unlimited. It's a new you. Now that's a hairline. And no limitations. Never worry about taking a shower. Go ahead and comb back that hair. With Hair Systems Unlimited, you have no limitations. Does anyone get this close? Hair Systems Unlimited is taking you one step beyond. Call 724-775-7671 now for Hair Systems Unlimited.
Take another look at that touchdown by Randy Mookie Anderson. Here he goes.
Key block being thrown by Sean Zucchini. Just sealed his man to the inside. And Randy just rolled right off his tail.
There's a good look at him. Randy Anderson, number 5 for the Rams. Yeah, he's breathing a little hard tonight. But he's got to be feeling good about it. 33, Todd Tobacco getting set to return this kickoff. Chris Griffin will be the long kicker for the the Rochester Rams. 10:56 to play in the game, 20-3. Rochester on top of Monaca in the bridge game. Here's the run-up and the boot. And the Indians on the return with Frederick. And he'll get it back out to about the 33-yard line. And on the sidelines, Keith James.
You know what Dan Matzuk said to a couple of his players after the score? He said, good job, but he also said, hey, I saw you doing a little extra hitting out there. I saw something I didn't like. We're sportsmen first. He says, knock it off. It's a good, clean game. Play it hard. Play it to win. A tip of the hat to Danny Matzuk and his guys. He's teaching them not only how to win, but how to be sportsmen as well.
I want to comment on your comment, Keith, after this next play here as Monaca has the ball back. Noah McKay getting set to draw the snap. Frederick is in motion. They'll give on the straight hand. And that is DeBacco running the football. You know, I was kidding Danny Matzuk in the pregame show tonight, and I said, you know, we graduated from high school the same year. I was at Midland, he was at Rochester, but, you know, Matzuk had a reputation for being one of the toughest hitters, and no one wanted to run near him when he played here at Rochester. But I'll tell you, he was always a clean football player. It's just that he was so physical and so brutal when he would hit you. And he went on to Geneva College, and we heard from the head coach, Gino DeMarco, earlier because he's in the stands tonight. But, you know, I remark about that because both he and Mark Lyons were Geneva College Golden Tornadoes in their playing days in the local college up the river in Beaver Falls, PA, as Monaca gets a completed pass over to the right.
Well, that just goes to prove you can be a good hard player. Doesn't mean you have to be dirty.
No, not at all.
Not at all. You can still be a sportsman.
You can get it done.
Just like Monaca did right here.
Yeah, they did on this. It's a lateral pass.
It's Frederick on the catch.
Frederick is able to pick up some positive yards there. At this point, Monaca needs something to you know, they got to get something going. Yes, we have 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter here.
The Indians run for the first down on that play. And that's a good thing. Take it step by step, even though the clock is not an ally right now, but Matt Phillips able to bang it through. Damon on the takedown and company.
We were talking before about time of possession and how fast the game is moving along. When you're doing a lot of running plays and you're picking up first downs, as we were talking about before, then it does seem to speed up the clock.
Slot to the left side. McKay steps up to the line with one back behind him. Now Frederick in motion out of the slot. McKay wants to throw. And he's looking for Rossi, but it's overthrown on the play as Randy Bacon was in coverage with Griffin back deep. Keith, what's happening?
Monaca cheerleaders going on. I don't know what's going on. What's your name?
Jessica.
Okay. Now you have a special cheer, did you tell me?
Yeah.
All right. You want to tell me what it's called, or should we just do it?
No, we'll just do it.
All right. Let's go do it. You guys get set up. All right. Come right back. They're going to get set up. Special cheer. I don't know.
This is a setup.
I think it is.
No, I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
We've been here before.
It's Dr. Sideline. Yeah, Dr. Sideline. Rah, rah.
Trips to the left.
There it is.
Want to set the screen over the middle. Frederick on the catch. 50. 40. Look at this. And to the 30-yard line. And he cut right into the arms of the tackler, Anderson.
Had he taken that ball to the outside towards the sidelines, he had 6. He had the blocking set up. But for whatever reason, sometimes you just don't know what's going on in the minds of the running back at the time. Here it is. McKay drops back. Has the blocking. Goes right into Randy Anderson, who makes the tackle.
Anderson and Randy Bacon in there as well for Rochester on the stop. And now the reverse. This is Eric Fredericks around the right side. He's got room. He's going for the touchdown. From 30 yards out with 8:25 to go. And it's a 20-9 lead for the Rams right now.
These Monaca fans finally have something to cheer about.
That was a great run.
Great play call.
Fredericks on the lineup on the left side in the flanker position, takes the handoff from McKay, and is nothing but pay dirt.
Indians will tee it up for the point after. And the kick is high, and it is off to the right. No good. No good by Mark Friday. Timeout on the field, 8:25 to play. Rochester leads it 20-9.
High school football on WBGN is produced by the Video House in Green Tree, Western Pennsylvania's premier production facility for broadcast quality animation, post-production, and duplication.
Next time, make it Kings.
You know, Chris, we were talking about how Monaca was able to come in with possession and get down the field so quickly, and we attribute that to the coaches up in the box. Look like, is there an injured player here on the sidelines? Number 20.
That's Eric Fredericks, man who scored the touchdown. We're taking a look at him right now. Somewhere back there.
Okay. But we attribute a lot of that success to the coaches that are sitting up in the box. They're able to see some different things going on, get back down at halftime, make the necessary adjustments to come back out and pick up this.
Look for the onside kick. They're shifting. And here it comes. Rochester's ready for it. They try to jump on top of it. It looks like Blue has it.
Coaches up here are yelling, it should have been a pooch kick, pooch kick. Everyone's expecting an onside kick, so you pop it in the air a little bit.
Kindleberger and Bacon were able to jump on top of it, and it looked like Randy Bacon had his hands on it. Again, to the doctor, to the sideline.
All right, they've got something to cheer about. Let's find out what's special. Ladies, a special cheer. Go.
Somebody else in that.
Great football coverage. Aha!
Little flip shovel toss in the backfield, and that time Reuben Jackson did all he could to hold on to that football, and Justin Bickerstaff came charging in there to put him away. A 4-yard loss, and this is critical right now, Craig, and being a defensive player as you were with the Steelers and with the Orangemen at Syracuse, you know that right now it's on your shoulders to stop the offense.
No matter how tired you may be at this time, and we know that the defense has been on the field for quite a while, but this is a key down right here. Here's the draw.
And this is 22. Here he comes again. Action Jackson with a first down for Rochester, and that will just break the defense's back on that play as he roams to the 35.
It was a great play. It was a setup for a draw. You know, we were listening over here. The coaches were yelling. They called the play. They said it's a setup. They knew it's a draw that was coming, and yet Action Jackson is able to elude the tacklers and pick up more than a first down.
How about when he's done, he stands up and just does the pose? I am Iron Man. I like the pose.
Oh, he's having a whale of a night. 142 yards thus far.
This game is starting to become a Hogan's Heroes episode, though. Very interesting.
Here's Jackson again. Well, somehow he's able to slip around that right side, even though Monaca was playing him well.
It's very interesting if you cannot tackle Reuben Jackson. You're able to wrap up on this kid when he makes first contact with you. You can have some success. With a good running back, the key is to the first person that makes contact with him, either you hold him up for the second man to come and, you know, put a helmet to him, or you're able to bring him down.
What's the old adage? Good things come in small packages. He's 5'3", 170 pounds. He is bringing it. Now Anderson, who's also been bringing it tonight. And look at Anderson barreling through there for another Rochester first down to the 18-yard line.
Did you see at the end of that play what happened here? Let's take a look at this. Okay, at the very end, he is about to be tackled by Jason McDonald. But look at his legs. Look at his legs. He's not stopping at all. I mean, that's a key thing right there. You know, for anyone, young kids or professional players, you keep the legs driving, you're going to pick up yardage.
And credit Jason McDonald, the safety man for Monaca, Craig, because he had to use every ounce of strength he had in his body to bring him down. They give to the right side, and Rochester will run the football again. And they're going to get down to about the 14-yard line on that roll.
I'll tell you what, I am so impressed with the balance of both of these teams, but particularly so obviously Rochester with a slight edge. Maybe they want it because they're undefeated. They want to stay that way. Well, what a football matchup.
It's been tough on the Rams. You know, Monaca, because their defense has been on the field for quite a while, and they do have a good offense.
Anderson this time running it from right to left of the line and then diving down inside the 10-yard line.
You know who the leading blocker was on that one, don't you?
I saw him coming through, number 22.
Ruben Jackson. Now imagine Ruben Jackson comes at you and he goes, hey, I'm going to block you.
It's like a net.
But you know what? He gets in your legs, gets you tangled up, you know. He was sticking it in there. I love that.
Well, we talked about that before. You know, on a couple of the plays, he's not, look at this. Randy Anderson, 11 carries for 57 yards. Important stats at the very end, 2 touchdowns.
Here he comes again, trying to hurdle that left side, and he is going to be close to the first down. Maybe a yard shy. Down to the 9. You know, I think Ruben Jackson has come out for maybe a play or two tonight. I know a couple of plays back they ran Kirby Griffin as Dan Maxwell looks out onto the field here, and it will be a 4th down play. He's obviously trying to come up with something to cash in on this down, but Ruben Jackson, Randy Anderson, this is a team that is for real. This team will vie for the WPIL title.
Yeah, without a doubt. With that kind of backfield, 4th and 1.
Big play to give, and here he comes.
Wide open.
And it is a touchdown for the Rochester Rams. Kurt Brom hauling it in the right corner of the end zone. And a pretty pass by Zach Harvey. And the Rams take a 26-9 lead with 4:01 to play in the football game.
Whoever the playoff opponents will be for Rochester down the highway, they better be taking notes with that kind of passing, that kind of play call.
They're taking notes all the way. As you look at Brom, he was wide open in the back of the end zone.
And calling for the ball.
Yes. He's saying, Harv, here I am, Harv, come on.
Brandon Matsuk is on to kick the PAT, and Brom will be the holder. And now the Indians will jump outside, and that will move the ball half the distance closer.
Now they're saying they were full. There's much finger pointing out there.
Oh, there's always a lot of finger pointing on
here
those.
We go.
There's a dead ball. False start. It's against blue.
Oh, it is against the blue. My mistake.
Going back the other way.
That makes it a tougher kick.
You know what that signal also means? After this game, check to make sure your Health America coverage is up to date. That's another way that signal can be interpreted.
Okay.
I'll remember that from now on.
Did I say interpreted?
That's what you said. It is getting cold out there.
Absolutely.
He's getting brain freeze.
Interpreted. What in the... Oh, boy.
Matsuk for the point after from longer distance now. He puts his foot into it, bangs it high and long, and good. And 4:01 to play. 27-9. The Rams lead at home in the bridge game. We'll be back.
This is the Health America High School Football Game of the Week. Health America, we have the game plan for your good health.
Nip in the air, changing leaves, it only mean one thing.
It's football season!
I'm Bill Nine, your local Lennox dealer. It's also home heating season.
I have the ditch, the big screen, the recliner.
He also has a reliable, high-efficiency Lennox furnace.
Yep, this season this is the best seat in the house, baby.
Thanks to Homer 9 & Sons, it's also the warmest.
Lennox, one less thing to worry about.
There's the man. There's the man.
There he is. He scored the touchdown, and here it is, Craig.
Wide open in the end zone. The question is, and then he comes back on camera. He's saying, hi, Mom. What about hi, Dad?
For the best in local high school football action, it's the Health America High School Football Game of the Week. And in November, the action heats up as the best teams in the WPIAL go into playoff mode. Don't miss any of the excitement this Friday as first-round action gets underway at 10 p.m. And then follow your favorite teams through the quarterfinals and semifinals this November as Health America and WBGN bring you 7 of the WPIAL's biggest playoff games. For the best in local high school coverage, turn to WBGN, celebrating our 5th season of award-winning local sports coverage. Back on the return after the Rochester kickoff, and they'll have the offense as Mike Rossi brings it back up to the 37-yard line with just 3:53 to go. Monaca down 27-9, but they scored quickly on their last possession. Let's see if they can weave some magic here.
You look at it, there's 3:50 to go on the clock. Quick score, pooch kick, onside kick, recovery. And you say, hey, hey, Craig, that's a big stretch. But anything is possible.
Things can happen. Here's Frederick in motion now to the right. Okay, quick out over to the left side, looking for Rossi. Did his knee touch down? I believe it did. He made the catch, but the knee touched. And he'll be ruled down just about a half yard beyond the line of scrimmage. You know, Craig, one of the things that you brought up in the pregame show when we were talking with coaches Lyons and Matzo, the fact that these guys are first cousins. This is how close this game is. Not only is it one town to the north and another town to the south connected by one big bridge, but it's cousin versus cousin.
Large block of cement. Dr. Sideline, where are you? Hello.
Going to find out in a second here. Frederick coming back in motion left. McKay with a rollout. Can he get away from the rush? No, he won't be able
to. There's pressure. And that was Jermaine Thomas.
Now, let's find that doctor on the sideline.
Dr. Sideline with a fashion report. Always important to look your best in a big game. Note the stockings, all neat, coordinated. Note them, and then check out number 59, Mike Mamone. Look, Mike, he has some tape, he has a pad and some other tape and a thing wrapped around, and it's a fashion thing.
Let's take a look at that last play. And the big rush by Rochester's Jermaine Thomas, who himself has had a pretty darn good football game tonight. Now the run by the Indians. We're on the right side. They're just trying to find
Great
something.
Dive over the tackle.
That's going to work for them, and that was Matt Phillips that time, their fullback. 2:19 to go. Time is winding, and a lot of fans are headed for the exits. And the bridge traffic will be heavy tonight going back over there. And speaking of Monaca, I want to thank the folks in the Monaca Community Hall of Fame for asking me back for their 14th induction ceremony. Donna Reinach, who is the U.S. ambassador to Bolivia, was honored last week, as was the late County Commissioner John Adeline, a former Monaca mayor. I happen to be the MC of the banquet all 14 years now. I really appreciate them inviting me back and visiting the Turner's Club again. Wow. Here's a pass. Rossi fields it near midfield and takes it into Ram territory to the Rachi 44-yard line.
Well, Monaca's not going to quit, that's for sure, guys.
No, when you have a battle like this, it never ends.
Here's McKay.
McKay hits Rossi on a quick in route. And he found a seam in between. The cornerback and the linebackers. As we go back to the linebacker, we're taking a look at it here. He hooks it up right in between the linebackers and the corner. There's a soft spot right there. Linebacker overruns it. And then he ends up getting tackled by Jason McDonald.
McKay stepped up to the line and jammed the ball into the turf to stop the clock. It'll be second down and 10 as we come back. Minute 32 to go. McKay wants to throw. Sets, and now he's chased. He's going to tuck it in. And McKay will run forward to the 37-yard line before he is punished by the Ram defense. Derby Griffin in there on the stop that time for Rochester.
Chris on the sidelines. Not good news for the Rochester Rams. Randy Anderson came gimping off. Looks like maybe the left ankle is giving him a severe problem. They want him healthy for the playoffs.
Pass out to the right side, incomplete to Rossi, and Kindleberger again came up on the ball, almost came away with a pick. And had he accepted that football on the INT, there was no one in front of him.
He had nothing but pay dirt in front of him.
1:05 to play in the bridge game. Rochester will maintain naming rights, bragging rights, and first place in the Big 7 Conference. And what it comes down to is that's probably the most important thing of this whole bunch.
You know, Chris, you brought us some stats here. We were talking about this before as we take a look at 4th and 2 here.
Quick out pass over to the right side. Rossi hauls it in at the 30. He's got room, and he's down inside the 20 to the 16-yard line before he stopped.
56.7 seconds to go. We were talking about the bridge. You want to expand on that a little bit?
Well, it's about 1,588 feet long. It's built into 3 spans. We have more stats on this in a second. And again, McKay will spike the ball into the turf to stop the clock at 51.9 seconds to play in this football game. Rochester leading it by a score of 27-9. Yeah, I put a call into PennDOT this week, and young lady helped me out. She told me the bridge, this is actually the 3rd Rochester-Monaca bridge.
Okay.
There were 2 before this one. They replaced this in 1986. It is the biggest trophy in all of sports. We know that. Hand off up the middle, and this is Phillips. And Phillips with some good room down inside the 10 this time with 46 seconds left. We have a timeout called by Monaca. We're going to take a break. Back with more here from the bridge game. There's the big trophy. Not the biggest one, but a big one. We're coming back.
This is the Health America High School Football Game of the Week on WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of high school football coverage.
Come on down and see Crazy Bob at Roberts Roadside Inn. He's celebrating a decade of fun at Roberts, and you won't want to miss the party. Check out Bob's famous wings, voted best of the valley 2 years in a row. Bob's got plenty of ways to party: the beach bar, volleyball courts, pool tables, and video games. Get in the party groove with different bands and DJs. Roberts Roadside's 10th anniversary means fun for everyone. Sharon Road, Bridgewater.
That says it all right there. 46 seconds left. Rochester with a big lead. And, you know, Craig, we were talking a little bit. You had mentioned, I did some homework this week. The bridge is 1,588 feet long. 3 spans. They totaled that length of 328 feet, 780 feet, 480 feet. I think my addition is correct here. 21,256 cars per day. And it's called the Rochester-Monaca Bridge tonight, and will be tomorrow if things hold up here. And now a penalty flag, and McKay hit, fumbles the football, it's loose. Rochester has it back, but let's see what that flag's all about.
It's like illegal procedure.
It doesn't look like illegal procedure. It is.
Yeah, motion call against Monaca. It's declined. Rochester has the ball.
That, folks, that's the nail in the coffin. As
There
McKay
was a
looks to
move.
roll out here.
He was hit that time by Kirby Griffin.
There was a moon over Rochester.
Oh, please.
Hanging over Rochester.
Get him started.
Mister. Remember that? The band was playing it earlier, I think.
Were they? Okay.
We're going to hear strains of the Rochester fight song here tonight. 38 seconds left. They're going to be playing this one well into the night. And they're raising the glasses at Didio's. Down the hill from us as the Rams.
Oh, look at the handshake.
And that's going to be it. The clock is going to wind. And Doctor, I know that you're going to try to get Coach Matzik for us during the postgame. It's been a very nice night for football here in the Valley, and especially on this side of the bridge. Good sportsmanship. A lot of these guys know each other. They're friends. These towns are separated by 1,588 feet of bridge, and tonight that bridge remains with the name Rochester-Monaca Bridge. The Rams win the football game. The final score, Rochester 27, Monaca 9. The Rams stay undefeated in the Big 7 Conference, and there are the 2 colors.
And what do you go for in Lions? Because good game.
That's all you can say. Went to the same college, grew up just a town apart. There is the small trophy. That's the one they can carry.
Right.
Of course, the big one, well, it's going to stay put. We're going to come back with our post-game show. Stay with us. Rams win it 27-9 in the bridge game on WBGN TV.
This is the Health America High School Football Game of the Week on WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of high school football coverage.
Each night, you enter a dimension where time vanishes. It is called the dinner zone. Next time, make it Kings.
Legends. Some say they're born. At Health America, we think they're created by hard work, dedication, and an unrelenting drive to achieve your personal best, and then striving to be better. Health America believes in everyone's potential to achieve and surpass their goals, to become a legend. That's why we're proud to sponsor the High School Football Game of the Week. Health America, we have the game plan for your good health.
Waynesburg College is one of the best private colleges in the East. We blend the traditional liberal arts degree with professional programming. We provide opportunities for spiritual and personal growth. And there are lots of exciting ways to serve others through community service. Internships, service, and leadership projects provide a competitive edge in the job market. Waynesburg College, where opportunities begin.
For the best in local high school football action, it's the Health America High School Football Game of the Week. And in November, the action heats up as the best teams in the WPIAL go into playoff mode. Don't miss any of the excitement this Friday as first-round action gets underway at 10 p.m. Then follow your favorite teams every Friday and Saturday this November as Health America and WBGN bring you 7 of the WPIAL's biggest playoff games. For the best local high school coverage, turn to WBGN, celebrating our 5th season of award-winning local sports coverage.
Back here in Rochester where the Rams win it 27-9 in the bridge game, and a big night it was for Randy Anderson and, of course, Reuben Jackson. Their team wins it here tonight, and I don't know how you split the award between these two guys, but what a party in Rochester here tonight. Look at Matsook and his Rams partying as soon as they got the bridge trophy. Oh, yeah. You know, Dan's a hard-nosed type of guy, but he knows how to throw a party, and he did so here tonight. Doctor, you're down there on the sidelines with some of the stars of the games. What's happening?
I don't think some of the stars. I think maybe the stars of the game, Randy Anderson and Reuben Jackson. Look at them. They're buddies. They're hanging on to each other. You can smile. You won, Randy.
Mark.
Huh? You got it? Tell me about what you thought you had to do coming into this game. What you wound up doing?
Just thought we had to run hard. Our line had to fire off the ball. We had to block for each other. And we knew we were winning. We blocked and ran hard.
You got the rock in the fourth quarter for a big touchdown. Tell us about that.
Well, Coach called on me. I followed Reuben. Reuben in my line got me in the end zone. Reuben in the line did it all. I just walked in.
All right, we got to talk to Reuben. Reuben, we saw you leading blocks several times during the game. Quite a role for you. Were they keen on you too much?
Really don't know. I couldn't tell. Everybody's getting the ball a lot, so, you know, we got the ball spread around. And then we just took it how we had to take it.
How does it feel to be undefeated?
Feels great. It feels great.
All right, well, we'll see how it feels now from the coach's perspective. Danny, come on in here. They did a good job. I like the class act that you put together this season. I think our first trip out here, you might have won one game all year, and now you are maybe at the pinnacle, owning a conference title, heading into the playoffs. You must feel good all over.
Well, we're real excited, especially the victories over the past 2 weeks with Farrell and Monaca. 2 very good football teams. Coach Lyons had his kids ready to play tonight. Falcone last week. Our kids responded and kicked it up to the next level tonight.
I'm impressed with Reuben Jackson. Everybody has to be. I'd ask what you're feeding him, but if you were feeding him something special, he'd be larger than 5'3". He plays like he's 6'3".
Well, what we feed him has nothing to do with his growth, but it does help him on his stamina. I tell you what, he had a great game tonight. Mookie had a great game. Our offensive, defensive line, that was the key in the game tonight. We had to work for every single yard that we got tonight, and we had to give every ounce of effort to stop them on offense, too.
I was just going to say, and now we look at the defensive side of things. Wow, those kids, they had a tough challenge with Monaca. They were up to the challenge.
They sure were. It was a very physical game, and I know Coach Lyons is thinking the same thing. We got to heal up because next week starts a whole new season.
Exactly. I want your reaction to just one phrase, Dan. 3 Rivers Stadium.
I'm just thinking about next week's pairings meetings right now. I didn't want to think about that.
All righty, there you go, Danny Matzuk. Thanks. We'll see you in the playoffs down the highway. Congratulations on your conference title.
Thank you very much.
All righty, there you go. Rochester Rams with a big victory and the bridge. And now we'll take a break. We'll be back with much more on our Health America High School Football Game of the Week.
This is WBGN TV, celebrating our 5th season of award-winning local sports coverage.
When you need a ride somewhere or just don't feel like driving, catch a ride with the Beaver County Transit.